Let's see if this works. Now, we've actually got a brand new testing area all created. So we've now got the filming area and the testing area. Right, so picked this back up from the auction rooms literally 2 days ago. What are we on now? Yeah. So let's see if it works. It's like drum clean, nothing in it. I'm just gonna let it run. I don't recognise anything then. No. Right, so this is Bechko's most basic machine now on the market. It's brand, actually also because it's the latest model. It's the cheapest model, but it's their latest model. So there's that, which is pretty nice. Ugh. Hot. So that's just the pre-rinse of the drum clean. Right, so this is the third Whirlpool commercial washer that I've got. Yeah? So, I'm just going to have a quick rummage through it. Now, we've got working clothes, which looks fine. We've got mops and towels, which, if you notice, is the same time. So that's right. And we've got cotton, which is, right. Yep. We've got mixed. Whoop, mixed. Mix. Mix. There we go. That's weird. It won't let me do it. No. That's right. And then we've got. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because, now oddly enough, synthetics. Watch. If I take these off. 1:30, which is about right. Right. I've got spin, which is 12 minutes, rinse and spin, rapid 30, wool 36 minutes, and delicate, which is, again, that's right as well. Right. The reason why I'm just having a quick look is if you, like we tried on the first Whirlpool, both the wool comes up with 1:30, which is then obviously synthetics, but it's not programmed in, right? And synthetics is coming up with mixed, which isn't programmed in right, so it won't start. So that's like all the programs are present on this. So what we're going to do is quickly test. So what we'll do is put it on cotton, hot, 1200, pre-wash. Pre-wash, there we go. Start. While it's doing that, I'm just going to add some, what do you call it? So it's locked straight away. Seems to be working fine. So it's sent right, I suppose. Yeah, and then we got our fourth Whirlpool. Commercial to test. It seems all the suspension components seem fine on all these after all these years. Now, it looks like the program's. Let's have a little quick look. A bit rummage around, working and close. Don't think it's programmed right. Looking at this. I don't know actually. It's in 2 hours 5. Right, so it works. With locks as well. Come on. Looks like mops and towels, I think is right. Why are the options all selected? Yeah, it says about 1 hour 30, which is about right. Cotton's right. That's preset at 60 with a pre-wash. Mix, that will be about right. Yeah. Synthetics, that's right. All delicates, yeah, that's all right. So we'll test this as well. So cotton. Yep. Back out. No heat there yet. Oh, the whirlpool. That's heating. Got heat, I think. It's not hot enough yet, but it is temperature on that one. Like Becca's drum clean, it actually works. That's a real drum clean, that. Right, that's getting quite hot now. That's warming up. There's something there. let's see if the beeping stopped now. Took the top fascia panel off. There was actually a little tiny bit of burning. Which would be under... hold on, that's upside down. That note sounds really healthy. It's just the last few cycles. Literally. Because obviously this is the white lock. Oh, I think some new brushes, isn't it? Because that's why it originally chucked out. So tiny bit of burning under, I think. So looks like that button there. There's no other buttons in line. These ones are online, so it's that one. Whoops. Start again. So yeah, that's right. That's one. We're going to get another while this is spinning. Hopefully there's no beeping. I do a few more auto cleans to kind of bed it in. So, go do a wash race. I've got this one, I've got a black one, which is a Futuros, I think, actually. That's in WMBF. I've got a WMX TF, and I've got obviously WMAQ, WMAQ F, I can't remember what it is. The common one, a 742. I've got an 842 with a 742 board, and I've got a 742. It's an extra rinse button, it's a bit dodgy. Stop beeping anyway, so I'll change the seal and we're going to use it for now. Right. So we've got Hot Points WMF UQ742. We're going to change the boards and the wiring loom and the door lock over, so it becomes a black one. because I've got one that has a black one, but it has the drums spiders gone. So, but this, oddly enough, is a bit bouncy, and it appears that the pin for the suspension damper has fallen out on one side. So, door lock's been taken off as well. It was actually taped. It looks like the owner did that because it came taped up like that. Of course, what was like a lock. And then we got this one here. Now this is from auction the other day. You know the Becco's across the way there? I also bought this. But then when it was removed, somebody decided to just chop everything off. Like, that end's been chopped off. And then the one's been chopped off. However, not that was a problem anyway. Because it looks like a mouse got to it first. Somehow. This is a Hotpoint, apart from black, extra. Can you see where this is going? In fact, the only one missing out of this lot is an Aquarius. If I had an Aquarius, we'd be... Well, that is kind of like an Aquarius. Sort of. Yeah, that's a weird model. This one, so this has time zone. The Smart has Smart, and the Aquarius pretty much has anti-stain. Well, this one does as well, but it has anti-stain 40. You all have anti-stain 40, and you all have whites. You all have the carbon standard programs, of course. They all have Fast Wash 60. They all have Fast Wash 30 in one way or another. I say one way or another because the white one over there doesn't have Fast Wash 30 at 30 degrees, just as cold, but this one has it at 30. The Smart has it at 30, and this has it at 30. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like each of these ones, so the extra gives you time zone, the Smart gives you clean plus, they all give you clean plus. The Smart is Smart, and it looks like that gives you cold zone, so that's your differences. Because the specials on the extra here are on programs 11, 12, 13 and 14, as well as the Smart. No, wait. I'll go through him on the wash race one day. I wonder if this has an auto clean. Also, it looks like even something's been reworded. So we've got child lock on this, and we've got key lock on that, which are exactly the same function. That is going up for sale. It's been sat around with the filter in and it was horrid. So I'll just put it back on the oil wash race, put it back away with no filter next time, so it's all drained out ready. Right, let's take a look at this. I've put a new cable on because it was chewed to bits. And I've also put a new pipe on because it's clearly been cut. And there was actually no way around it. I had to put a new pipe on, otherwise it just wasn't reaching the hose at the back. So, put it on. Yeah, this has got the white lock on. Whether it's under recoil, I don't know. Because not all hot points with a white lock are under recoil. You can have the right model with a white lock, and it still won't be under recoil. Now this is from auction. It's still got the auction stickers on it. There's another one coming from auction on Tuesday. So it's been 2 weeks since I bought this. Another one on Tuesday's coming, and we're going to have, hopefully, a full set of hot points. Not that one, that's sold, but a full set of hot points. We'll have a hot point smart, we'll have a hot point extra, we'll have a hot point experience, and we'll have a hot point there's no thing on it. And we'll do wash races and compare the lot, kind of thing. They should all run relatively the same, since they are the same machine underneath, really. But they also have like the different, you know, settings on that, etc. So, yeah, it's quite interesting to see all the differences. Right, anyway, let's see if this one works. It should do. It's sold as working. Well, I don't know actually. Stop putting working order on it. Nice clean door seal. It's a bit furry from fluff. Oddly enough, this happens. My mum's is exactly the same. Now it's only ever ran with fairy powder, and at 40 and 60, and the door seal has no mould but just fairy. But that's how I got it. It was on Fast Wash 60, so it's been running on probably a Fast Wash 60 its entire life. I suspect this is a house clearance from an old person, so I bet it's rarely been used. Just a bit of a thing. This has got specific programs I want to record on. Obviously Smart always has specific programs. Even that has, because that has anti-stain quick on it, which is a bit unusual. The Experience will as well, because that has the eco programs. Yeah, so you see where I'm coming from now. They all have different programs. Pretty cool. Right, so let's see if this works. Right, so, turn it off. Right, so, on, 2, off, 1, on, 3, off, 1, drain spin, sat, there we go, temperature. Doesn't look like I can change them. Sometimes you can. So I'm filling up with water. It may trigger an FO5 because there's no water in the bottom. Sometimes it will. If it runs this fine, I'll do a drum clean. After that, I'll do a normal loading. Test suspension, should be fine. That's coming out, that's ready to be sold. I brought that back in, it did a boil wash. It came out yellow with citric acid, but the yellow, believe it or not, is more likely from the rust sat in the bottom. It's still a bit there, but the citric acid has gone through some of the rust, which turns yellow. Yeah, this is going to need a boil wash out because look, that's detergent already. Right. I'm going to do the Smart Tech in a minute. This got sold with broken door lock, but also it's missing a suspension pin. Obviously it needs a door seal as well. Change it over. But those I didn't know, I've also got this one as well, which is exactly the same machine. The spider's completely disintegrated on that. So, but actually, let's have a look at the date on that. Spider's disintegrated, and it was made 2015. So actually, this was 7 years. This is last year, so this is 7 years old. Oh, actually, they did mention it was 7 years old as well. That one's from eBay, so I don't. It said the door lock. They've done this, by the way. They've actually undone the door lock. It was given the F06 door lock code. It's white. I think they've broken it by accident though. There's no burning though. Oddly enough, there's no burning, so it may be the board. It's giving up the error code. Normally you get an F06 and then you'll find that the pins here are burnt and the wires are all burnt, and essentially that's what causes the fire as well, you know. But the other thing it will do, there's a few, I think, resistors on the board, and it will blow them instead. So a safe blow is usually a blow of the resistors. A faulty blow is when that starts to burn. But oddly enough as well, what will tend to happen is once that's burnt out completely, it should trip the electric because it's going then to earth, or it's drawing in too much power. I don't think it heated because it was done in 3 minutes. So, like I said, you can normally change the temperature and the spin like you can on the Smart. You can do it, but it doesn't look like you can do it on all of them. Pump's fine as well. It's not noisy, not too noisy. Get that out in a minute. I'll get that out and then I'll put the inset in. I've got an inset going in. Again, also needs testing from the thing, launch code rooms, auction rooms. And then I'll have a 7, an 8 and a 9 kilo of the exact same inset. That's the 9 kilo there. But just needs I need a draw front, which I can't get hold of. It didn't come with it, it just snapped off. Which is nice, that. Oh, another thing as well, that drain pump's quite quiet. It's a Chinese pump that uses 2 separate pins. A bit like the older Skoal pumps on old Hoovers. It's weird. Yeah, it works, this is. The Experience that's coming also has a door seal that is not got any moulding. Again, looks like it's been sparsely used. But that was being said, and you know, we'll have to check it because I'm not too sure on the Spider on that. I don't think. I've also got a spanking new. You'll see it again on Tuesday. So why is it Tuesday? It might be Wednesday yet before I do it. A spanking new Indesit 7 kilo, the base model but 7 kilo, and it's spanking new. It's unboxed, but it's got all the stuff with it, and it's probably been used for maybe less than a few weeks, maybe a few months at tops. I did pay a lot for it though from the auction rooms. So. But I thought, hey, you know, it's brand new. I'm saving money in the sense that I'm not paying 230 quid from couriers to get it, kind of thing. And I can resell it, and I'll profit from that anyway. Maybe not much, but I'll still profit from it. You guys get to see that as well. That looks fine. I'm not gonna. 2, 1. That's normal. Right. see if this has got... Oh, it has got auto clean. Nothing in it. That's... I'm not going to put anything in it. Normally I put cleaner in, but at this clean stage you wouldn't really need it. It's unlikely. So yeah, I'll leave that going now. See if this one works. Insert IWC 71252. So that means I've got this. I've now got the 8 kilo version and the 9 kilo version now of all the same exact model, if that makes sense. So we will do a wash race between them all at some point. What we're going to do is check to see if this one works first. No mould. I've got a fly problem. There's a fly problem somewhere within the whole premises, to be honest, because it's everywhere. And I think it's coming from our toilets. So, if you just saw a dead fly there, there's a reason for it. I've got little midges everywhere. Also doesn't help that this came with bedding in it. That's balled up. Though it looks like... Oh, pretty nice bedding, to be honest. Something similar to my parents' bedding. If it actually looks similar to... I've got Given, no way I was going to buy it, John Lewis, I think John Lewis bedding, so it looks similar to that. Very thick quality that bedding is. But I spun the drum, even with it in. It's come with that. There was an identical IWC 7152 with the manual, but I didn't go for get that in the end because it ended up going just a little too much. Is there actually a way to get auto clean on this? No. Okay. Right, well, I'll do its thing. Almost time. Oh, and quickly. Yep, that's hot. It's working fine. That's with, I've got to no scaler. There's no detergents, that's all residual detergent. Instant boiling. That's how it's rinse. Not doing too bad, are we? It's quite hot. I just heard it spin. Oh, with the keylocks, child locks on, by the way. Whilst I was putting that in, and I had my hand over anyway, and it beeped. And I wanted to put child lock on. I thought, well, actually, that was a good idea then, wasn't it? By accident. Yes, okay, it's fine. I think I'll go with that. I've got 2 towels in. Seems to balance it fine. Lots of mints in it. Right, Right, so that out point is going to come out, it fully works. Just going to drain it off and then we'll put it to one side until all 4 of these are ready to go in the wash race. Now I'll put the 2 towels from that into this. Oddly enough, we're not really seeing it spin yet. Oh, it's warm. Just realised that. I've just put on Mixel 40 just to, because they were clean. You know, you're going from 2 towels that were clean when they went in there, 2 towels that went from there to there. They smelled absolutely divine when they came out, even with serve. So no build up anywhere. So put it in there, see what it's going to do. Now this is why I keep doing it, because you see, if the machine is in a horrible condition, full of crud, they're going to come out smelling, so that's why I do it first, before I put in my own stuff in. And then, if it stinks, because this may do, because it's got mould in, this did, it's been washed a couple of times now, but that's got mould in as well. So we're going to change the seal on that, put that back together, and that's another one done. So at least now in the testing room, these can go on multiple boil washers until they're clean. Now usually one boil wash is fine. You can clean, you know, like any decision build up like there on the first drum clean cycle there. Now we've got rid of that. But sometimes you need multiple. Washing machine cleaners do work rather well, but some still need multiple cleaners because they're that bad. This, the door seal on this is also pretty much spotless as well, so I'm going to suspect, and on the drum clean there was actually hardly any detergent residue, which was quite impressive, so that looked quite fine. I suspect that that was used up until obviously it was taken out for your auction, including the bedding that was still inside. He was not taken out. Weird. Also, I went to the spin stage. So let's got the modern programming in. So if it's post 2018, it does that. It's not 100% level, this machine, it's ever so slightly out. Oh yeah, it's got the rubbish programming. Yeah, it's spinning fine. Right, let's test this. This is from another YouTuber, just known as Ben. He's cut down his collection, and I wanted this. Now, anybody that's been following my channel for a while knows I've already got a quick and clean. Knows I've got 2 quick and cleans. The first quick and clean, which is one of these, has bad bearings and spider. The second quick and clean had bad bearings, which we changed the tub on, with Trixie Bendix, which is the wrong tub. So it runs slightly wrong. Also heavily dented as well, not cosmetically great. This, not cosmetically great. Look at the front here. Yep, but if you remember mine, it's nowhere near as bad. So, this hasn't been used for a while, so I don't know if it actually works. Is it going to trip electric, you know, etc, etc. But the bearings and spider are still fine. At least by hand, at least by turning it by hand. What's going to happen when I put some washing in? Let's see. Hopefully it's fine. Hopefully any electrical issues I can sort out using the other one, because that does work. Right, so So we'll use program B to start off with. Alright, we'll put some powder in and we'll get it going. Right. Obviously up to boil. It's been my super daz, as to put it, is leaking out. See? Whoops. That's nothing new, is it? It does work fine. It's not the most healthiest motor, but it works. I think I might keep that motor for now and then use the body. Because to replace the motor at the back, I'm going to have to do the rear of it. So we're going to have to work, basically, the way Zanusis are built are quite weird. So basically you've got this front half and you've got the back half. So we'll work on taking the front off first and then work on the front and then put that back together, and then if I need to put the motor on, I can take the back half off. Split cabinet design for you. Right, let's take a look at this then. It's Zanussi ZDCB37209. It's one I've had before. It's come back after 6 months. But I didn't sell this, I just gave it to Luke because he needed a dryer. So I just gave it him. It was actually ready to go. It was actually ready for sale. But after 6 months of use, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't lightly used. It does do a lot of washing. He says it stops after 10 minutes of drying, or trying to dry, and the tank wasn't filling up with water. Now I said that's probably what's causing the light to come on, because of course there's still another float switch to shut off the cycle if it gets too high. So he said that's what's happening. But this is the second Zanussi to do this, because the first one I also put up for sale went to him, and the same thing happened, and then it was just a tiny bit of fluff that had compacted itself in the spigot that goes into the tank. But that was like immediately after I sold it. This time around, there was, he's pointed out, his mum's hair's gone through it, but then that's caused a bit of a, the piece of hair has then gathered all the fluff and balled that up and stopped that going through into the tank. Now, as daft as it seems, the tank will take on little bits of fluff. But it's the same with washing machines too. Washing machines are no different. If you get a coin trapped in the coin trap, it won't stop it necessarily from draining. But if you start getting hair or hay and stuff like that, hair and hay normally bypasses through the pump and out through the hose. But having stuff in the way will then start making it gather, and it gathers into a ball very quickly and then causes it to stop working, stop draining. Same here, no different. So On the basis that it's stopping after 10 minutes because I think it's triggering the float switch, we're not going to investigate any more issues. I just think it's that. We'll put some washing in and we're going to run this now for a couple of hours of drying. So as in like, what's going to go in now, going to go in for like 45-50 minutes or so. But we need to run 3-4 hours worth to make sure that tank is filling up correctly. And also, it won't trigger the code. Yeah, so let's run it, let's see what happens. So that's on 45 minutes. With wet washing in, it's relatively dry to be honest. It's been sat about, still needs so the dry needs a re-clean. It's not too bad. That's not too bad considering that's sat on the kitchen sink. You know, the washer was actually completely away from the kitchen sink. That's all but been changed now in the kitchen. In fact, the dryer now sits nowhere, doesn't even sit in the kitchen anymore. Cool, let that run. Right, test this one out. So, rebuilt this Hotpoint Smart. Got a black door lock now, not a white one. The sticker's different. Yeah, I thought change everything over. Wiring, board's changed over, wiring's changed over. It's all changed over from that one over there. Oh, and the suspension pin has been put in as well. The pin was missing. So, right, off, on, off, on, off, on, stop. Oh, just quickly. It's come up with FF5 straight away. Might be because there's no water in. Try again. There was actually no water to the machine. What I might have to do sometimes, just let it run, fill it with water and drain, and then try again. So hold on. Right. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, spin drain. Yeah, this one you can change temperature and spin as well. So that one's set to 40, so it should heat to 40 first and then drain. I'll put it on drum clean after, it works fine. Now we'll wash it with some towels, check it's fine. That one sounds louder because that's got the new brushes in. I'm going to be honest, it is starting to become quiet now. Nowhere near as whiny as it used to be. But still whiny in comparison to that. Yeah, that Hotpoint fully works now. We know that. I just put some towels into, so basically a bit of a test. Got a little bit of surf in it. 2 clean towels. If they don't come out smelling like surf and they still stink, the machine still needs cleaning. We're gonna do wash races between all of them. There's gonna be some cycles, individual cycles, for some of them. We're gonna do some wash races between all 4, between 2, between 3, depending what it is. So yeah, if you're watching this video, you can head out for that. Like for example, the cold cycle fast 30 against say a normal fast 30, because what's the difference? Oh, and a little heads up as well. This now instantly unlocks and locks because it's got the white lock in. If you've got the white lock in, it takes 2 minutes delay. And for some reason the board knows this. Fixed my plumbing also whilst I'm at it. Yeah, you saw 2 seconds ago before I hit it first. Simply put, I did my own plumbing and I'm learning slowly. So that's the old bit I've taken out. Basically that cuff there, that copper cuff, is too far up. So when I put the pipe on it wasn't actually underneath that at all. So it wasn't actually sealed. And then under the force of the pressure of the water, the changes in pressure of water, it just pops it off. Which is amazing really, because there's, again, the bolt tightens it up, it's supposed to tighten up against that, but that being said, if that wasn't on tight, underneath, if the pipe wasn't underneath, shall I say, that flexes and it would pop off. I'm bored now. Yeah, 2 minutes. It has got an instant unlock on it. Now I'll put some citric acid in. I'm just judging by the machine's door seal. Yeah, it's been sat for a while, but it was already mouldy when I got it. It don't want to start for some reason. I put an auto clean and it's not doing anything. Counting down, but it's not doing anything. Also, I can't hear anything, that's all I can presume. Try again, also clean. Oh, it's working. It's taking it in this time. Weird, didn't want to work then, first time round. If it's just a blip.